hover mine and it's down on the bottom.
Is it recording now? Yes. Okay. We got it. Sorry, guys. Okay. So those are the current fitness programs that we know of that are coming out. There's one coming out in May and in June and in July. They're announcing it and then it will launch in July, but there must be some sort of, again, a coach test group pre-sale VIP access to it as well.
Why are they lumping them all together, like May, June, and July?
I think it's the announcement and then the pre-sale. So they're going to tell us about it in May and then it will launch at Summit.
Oh, so it's one program, not.
Yeah, it's just, yeah, it doesn't, it's just like the pre-sale announcement and launch. So, and that's for July. And I'm assuming there'll probably be another one later in the year like there was this year too. But they didn't give us all the information yet. And you'll see at the bottom we have new nutritionals coming also. So at the end of December or beginning of December, they're going to have Energize sticks. So instead of the little 10 packets, they're going to have like the little sticks that you can like throw in your purse and like take with you. So that's going to be awesome for people who are on the go. And then the fruit punch flavor for Energize is launching in February. Yay!
Yeah.
I didn't try it.
Oh.
I missed it. We were doing a team-wide team building at the pool instead of the leadership team building activities. So we had a lot of stuff to like hash out, hence the new team page stuff. So that was fun. Let's see. And then
Letty, I just tell Letty, so the Inspire Empire is Anita Myron's team name, and she had a team page that went for a long time, and then just before you joined they did a collective team page of her, Leslie, and Raina all together, their downlines. So we all went in, lumped into one when we used to be a little bit separate in the downlines, and now we're separating again, and I think it's better because it's easier to focus on smaller. It's not that small of a group, but it's a smaller group than the huge page.
Yeah. The big group served us well for the reasons why it was put together, but we're all past and over and through like the rough stuff that had happened, and we're ready to like all go into growth mode. So it's just going to allow the other leaders to do that better because it's right now who's doing what and when and all of that. So that'll be good. And then we have 2 new nutritionals coming out next year. They didn't tell us exactly what they're going to be, but they're going to be vegan and something that can go into international markets easier. So I talked with Arnold at closing ceremony, and they might, this is what he said, don't go telling people, but we think it's a collagen supplement and a BCAA supplement.
Nice.
So, because those can go into international markets easier than a meal replacement. So we're going to have a new international market announced, I think, at Summit as well. But it's coming. Just don't know where yet. So that's kind of it as far as nutritionals and programs. It's not it, it's a lot to kind of prepare for. Do you guys have any questions about any of those specifically, or ideas that came up about launching and how we can market those better?
So are you going to do like Insanity Max 30 for November or something, or?
That's not my favorite program. I'll probably do T25.
Okay. I mean, I did, T25 was my opening program too, so I love it, but I kind of want to do one that I can finish before Transform 20 so that I can give like a start. I like to do start to finish transformations.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
T25 is 10 weeks, so.
Oh, that's true.
I might be stuck doing 80-day obsession still.
I'm doing my hybrid calendar, and I'm only doing it and have it settled until October 31st. So I'm ready to start anything in November.
Well, I mean, honestly, any of us who are doing a different program or don't want to do Sean T, we could just do Sean Week, for like a week or two and get results from that, because it's designed to do the same thing. It doesn't have to be a full, 10-week program. You can just do Sean Week for 3 weeks and get amazing results.
Yeah.
And that's an advanced program too. So
I do Sean Week all the time, like if I want like a cardio blast. And
yeah.
It's awesome. Me too.
All right. I think I can stop my phone sharing now. Okay. So I was going to have Sarah kind of demonstrate a new onboarding thing that we learned, and how some of the top coaches are getting their teams started and the expectations that are being set, as far as my post alluded to the other day. One of the top coaches said it, and they're like, we didn't sign up to be a coach to be mediocre, right? Like, you didn't sign up to do this business. You wouldn't walk into a corporate business and not just be like, I'll just be okay at it. There's expectations, there's whatever. And if you want this to be a successful side hustle or a successful full-time job, you have to work at it. So a lot of the top coaches are basically setting those expectations right out of the gate. And they're doing it subtly. It's not like, okay, you saw my post, you signed up, I need you to make 6 figures, you need to invite 100 people a day. Like, that's not how they're presenting it at all, which I was encouraged by. So they're basically talking in like a welcome email. They were doing a welcome email, much like I have and Sarah has and Anita has and everyone has, but it was not personal enough for coaches to feel like they were being held accountable for this job that they just signed up for, and that they didn't have a personal connection to the coach that they signed up with. So what they have done, Sarah, if you can just text me, and I'll share my phone again.
Yeah. Can you guys all smile real quick? Yeah. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Thanks.
They have taken their welcome email and then put their phone number in right away. So I'll show you mine after I share what Sarah and I are going to do. Let me share my phone again. Second.
Do I just need to text you anything?
Yeah, just be like, hey, I'll just be like, hey, I got the new coach welcome email. Nice.
That's a little more access here. Unshowered.
Good thing I
Wasn't it good?
Oh, I loved it.
So good. Okay. All right, so Sarah, in theory, texted me. Yes. Okay. So I'll be like, and then, so what they do is they have a, hold on, I forgot my shortcut. Shoot. They have shortcuts that they've set up, which I'll share with you guys on how to do this. Okay.
Did it just say you had 96 texts?
Maybe.
I would be insane.
Okay, so I just sent Sarah this reply back, and it's called, it has a shortcut. But basically they're saying, Sarah has the new coach welcome email. And in it, it says, blah, 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 text me when you've gotten this far, or whatever. And so Sarah just texted me saying like, hey, I got the new coach email. And then I'm texting back as her coach, awesome, check out this video, and then text me back letting me know what kind of coach you want to be so I can help you best. So that link will take her to a YouTube video on if they want to be a discount coach, if they want to be a part-time coach, or if they want to be, an all-in coach. And based on how she responds, Sarah, just tell me if you want to be all-in, discount, or whatever. Then I'll send her back how to do that. Like what the next steps would be, saying if she wants to be a discount coach, if she wants to be an all-in coach.
I can't help myself.
And then I would send her this back. And that would be her next actionable step. And so it's basically asking her to go be super excited about what she's signing up for and to share that with her close friends and family, and then to start with her new coach training that she already has. And that gives her the oh shoot, I really actually have to do this, and I'm super excited, and I've given her tools. She can use my transformation results, she can go into my album of clients, she can go on the Beachbody website and find, someone's amazing transformation and share that. Be like, look at this. I've just signed up, changed my life. I really want someone to hold me accountable. Will you do it with me? And it's working amazingly well because you're getting them when they're super excited and all of this stuff. And they don't have to share it on Facebook. They can text their family. They can email them. They can do it however they want. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sarah, text me back, the other two options, like discount or hobby coach, and I'll show you guys the difference between the actionable steps. How many emojis are you going to put in this one?
One.
All right.
I need a blue-haired emoji. I am so upset that they haven't come out with one yet.
All right, so this is what a discount coach would get. You got it. You can just file the new coach training away for if you ever want to work the biz in the future or get your shakes paid for. So excited to be on this health journey with you. Right, and then the next step would obviously, you would put them in their challenge group, make sure they have the program that they want, blah, 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 blah. But they know that there is an opportunity for business and to have their shakes paid for. But there's no pressure for them to do anything else. They can just file that away, blah, blah, blah. Takes total pressure off, and you're just there for them. And then I'll just do it, Sarah. You don't need to write back. It's like Dash doesn't have to write hobby coach. So if Sarah is like, yeah, I want to be a hobby coach. Okay, great. So you'll just take it one day at a time. Continue with the new coach training info. You can go through it as fast or as slow as you want. It's your biz. Once you do go over the info, text me back and we can set up a time to chat. Your 30-day goal as a new coach is to sign up 3 people like you have. A great place to start is with family and friends. What do you think? And so the experience of the coaches who shared this is that it's not making it like, oh, I have to sell a challenge pack, or, oh my gosh, I have to sign up, 3 customers or whatever. They're coming back and reporting that they're signing up 3 people as coaches because that's how they signed up. They signed up as a coach for the challenge pack. So they're just going out and doing that. Like, here's how I signed up. You should do it too. Sarah's like, what?
No, that's basically what I've been doing because I've sold all access challenge packs my whole, all I've ever sold. So
right.
I haven't worded it like this at all, but.
Right. So this is how they're getting people started. And then obviously you have them and they have your information so they feel more personally connected to you versus saying like, contact me through email or Facebook message me and get lost in my 55 unopened messages from today. So it just makes it more, close, if you will. it makes so much sense, and it takes a lot of the like, I don't know what to say to get you started, and I don't want to come off like salesy. Like, this is just what you did, and it's easy, and you can other people can do it too. So I thought that was brilliant. So I'm gonna try it and see what happens. I mean, would you guys have felt put off or comfortable with like a short little thing of directions directly from, your coach in a text message? Like what to do, the next actionable step?
That's so much better.
Yeah. And then
like super simple. It just breaks down exactly just
right.
like short, sweet details.
Right. It takes all the BS out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll send it to you guys, but yeah, just takes all the BS out of it.
I want to put those as my shortcuts too. Those are worded exactly. They're perfect. Exactly.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
Yeah. So I think it was Emily Robitaille who shared it, and I took hers and I just tweaked it a little bit based on like how I would say it. So yeah, it makes it just easy. Easy peasy. Yeah. All right. Cool. Oh, and so the next step in that is that they have Ashley Feldicing and Emily Favre and a couple other top coaches have what they call Emerald in 24-hour trainings twice a month. And then a couple coaches do like Emerald in 30 days. But either way they do it, it's successful because they're popping Emeralds like for a week within their downline. Obviously their downline is huge, but it makes it so, where's my notes on that?
I think Anita's run a couple of those Emerald in 24 hours because I think, didn't Emily Favre do a call on that or something?
Yeah, she might have. Let me find my picture on it. Yeah. Here, let me pull up my phone again. You can see it. No, it's not. Can you see that?
Yeah.
So these are the expectations. So along with that welcome email and the text messages, this would be the next step. So once they're in your coach page and whatever, they're going in and saying, this is the next step in your business. These are the things that are important about Emerald Rank and why you should have it. Who are you going to message tonight? Message me after the call, the 2 people you're going to contact as your first 2 coaches, basically, is what they're doing. And they're saying, they're telling them why you should sign your spouse, what the team cycle bonus is, why Emerald gets you free leads, why that's important. And in getting Emerald, they're telling them if you hit Emerald Rank, you're going to get public shout out on my Instagram, in my stories, and the team page, blah, 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 blah. So they're making that first step like a really big deal. And I think we do that, but it's not like talked about, at the same time. So what do you guys think?
I think that this is awesome. I need to have more volume of people coming in every month. That's what I struggle with is like, I think I do pretty well with the with the small amount of people that I bring in every month, but I want to get more like views or whatever it takes to get a bigger volume of signups, whether they're coaches or challengers.
Yeah.
So I struggle with that, I feel.
Yeah. Anita's going to do a shout out / Instagram recruitment talk tomorrow night that you guys should check out if you can. If you can't, grab the recording. That will help. Sorry. A lot of the top coaches are doing that. And
how many signups are they doing a week? Like
scary numbers, which Anita posted about I mean, they're hitting SC 100. So they're adding 50 new people or more every month. So to do that,
Success Club.
right. And that was my takeaway, not takeaway, because that's not, I talked to Arnold about that, and because Anita posted it in the roundtable about like, what is the direction of the part-time coach, right? The part-time coach needs to be adding and just hitting Success Club. So when you see top coaches hitting SC 100, 200, on every month. Sorry, hold on. I'm getting notifications. So seeing top coaches be successful and hitting numbers so high is kind of defeating for a new coach or a coach who's just hitting Success Club every month as like, what, that's the benchmark that I need to hit to be successful. And that was my perception of how they were sharing that information at leadership. And I kind of made a stink about it to Anita. I'm like, I can't go home and tell my coaches that in order to be successful, you have to hit SC 100, because I can't do that. And that's not defining success for me and for any of the coaches who are joining me on my team. If they want to be top 10, then that's what you need to do. But if you want volume and you want income and you want rank and recognition, my coaches don't need to be hitting SC 100. My coaches need to be hitting Success Club and recruiting other people who can just hit Success Club. So we're like, how can we do that? So at Summit, we're expecting them to like do the emerald to diamond like kind of stuff. Like, this is how you hit Success Club consistently, not 100 every month.
My huge issue is I hit Success Club 4 at the end of every month, the last 2 days.
Yeah.
Success Club 2, the first day of
Yeah.
the next month. And it never balances out to hitting it every month.
Yeah.
And it's worked that way since April. And I have tried to fix it. I have tried to push that, and it always seems to me like everybody's like last minute of the month, I'm gonna get get my talent back. I'm gonna do this. Fine. And then the first day of the month, I get one person, and then I'll get one person at the end of the month. I'm like, really? Every freaking.
What are you doing to push the envelope at the end of the month?
I am going back to the people that I have followed up with so many times, still sending out, followers and all that, still requesting people, still commenting on posts, still doing all this, and it's crazy.
So one of the things that I promised myself is non-negotiable SC10. So if I get to 5 days left in the month and I haven't hit SC10 yet, I do like a gift card giveaway, or the people who are really seriously wanted to sign up, but they said I really just can't until next paycheck. I give them in a private message, hey, I have a rebate for you. I have a really good deal. I don't do this very often, which I don't. And I push the envelope with them. I get a little, I level with them a little bit serious, because if you're asking me for help, then I'm going to hold you accountable for asking me for help. And I don't say it mean, but I just say it straight to the point. And, if they say, no, I'm really not ready, then I go on to my next. You have to make a decision. And I know it's hard to hear that because you're like, I am making a decision. I do want to hit Success Club, and we all do, and that's totally what the goal is. But you have to make it non-negotiable. Make it a decision that you're going to hit it, and just keep talking to people until you get it. And that's what I do every single month. I just don't give in. I never tell myself I'm not going to hit it. I can't lie to you and say that I don't ever think that, because I've definitely had the thoughts in my mind before. But as soon as I think it, I'm like, sir, are you serious? You want this to be your full-time business someday. So level up, you cannot get defeated. You cannot let yourself think that you're not going to hit Success Club. By 5 days left in the month, you need to be doing something about it, making serious action towards it. And that's what I do every single month. So you absolutely can do it. You have an awesome transformation. Your posts are amazing. You are so good at working out. Like, if you weren't already a coach, I would be targeting the fuck out of you because I want people like you on my team. Letty does the same thing. Like, she is badass at working out. She shows up at 4:30 in the morning. Like, no ifs, ands, or buts. Like, that's the kind of person I want on my team. So I go crazy. And so that's what you got to do. You have to make that decision in your head. Do not give up on it. Do not feel defeated by it being the 29th out of 30 days and you still need 2 more Success Club points. Stay up late that night. Just do it.
I mean, I hit Success Club at 10 p.m. on the 30th last month. Like, I had 6 conversations going, and finally one girl was like, okay, I just fill out the link. And I was like, ugh.
Yeah.
It's exhausting.
And you have to be serious about it. Be like, hey, I can't give you this gift card. Or I tell people, like, hey, I have 3 people that want in on this gift card. It's going to go to the first person who signs up. And bam, somebody will sign up. So just make the decision. Like, seriously, you have so much to offer. So, like, get in your phone and scroll all the way back to frickin' July when you were talking to someone and find someone. Because I shit you not, you will find someone if you go through every single person you've ever talked to. And that is my mindset going into the last 5 days of the month every month. Yeah. I will go all the way back till next friggin' November to people that I talk to, if that's what it takes for me to find my 5th person for the month.
Yeah.
And don't let this scare you, and also don't let me sound like I haven't struggled. Alora's heard me like a million times. We're like, I'm so nervous. No one's biting. Like, da 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 da. Like, every month. You know what I mean? Like, she has to be like, no, you can do it. You can do it. And you need to lean on us and, like, use our group chat and be like, hey, I've tried all this stuff, like, or hey, I'm having this conversation with this person and this is where we're at. And we can all weigh in on it because we all want all of us to hit Success Club. So having 4, 8, 10 minds on one conversation or 10 conversations, however you want to look at it, is going to be nothing but help. So you gotta know how good you are. Both of you need to know how good you are. And, like, that's it. Okay, personal development. Done.
Check.
You got like 2 minutes left to make it like a minimum of 10, Sarah.
Sorry. And I'm done. Tapped out for the week.
And a lot of it is, and they talked about this too, creating a sense of urgency. And if we're not having that for ourselves, like Sarah's kind of like, it's a sense of urgency, and that can come off like out of desperation in your messages, or that can come off as excitement in your messages, and how you're like putting that out there, people who you're messaging can tell. So, having only a few gift cards, or having a deadline of, the 29th and maybe not the 30th, and making those things real in your messages will go a long way too.
I think I have one, like a quick reply. Have you guys been using the quick replies, by the way, in Instagram? Yeah, it's so much, like, I've been working really, really hard on my stories and my Instagram, and sending out at least 30 invites a day. And so having these quick replies has been a complete game changer for me, because you don't get flagged for sending out too many messages, having like the text replacement. And what I do is, like, I go into inviting, like when I'm going to go into my list of inviting, I just pick like 1 or 2 messages that I'm going to say for the day. And I have 2 different shortcuts that I go back and forth between. So one of mine is for the end of the month. Hey beauty, I have a new beginners boot camp that just started, and I'm on a mission to help a few more ladies crush some goals this month with us. I thought of you, so I wanted to invite you. And I do that at the end of the month. And so, like, that's like, hey, I'm working on crushing some goals of mine to help a couple more people get started, and I want to help you reach your goals. And that's like, and I send that, like, that's the message I use for the last 5 days of the month. And then once I get interest in people's conversation, because they're like, oh shit, she's serious. They're like, I better get serious too, because Monday's the 1st. And who wants to start on the 1st on a Monday, right? Like, that's what everybody does. Like, yeah, I'll start on the 1st, or I'll start on Monday. So that's what I use kind of as like one of my pleasant, urgent messages.
And I've done this before because I'm psycho about my volume. I'll do what typically happens in the last week and offer rebates for people if they sign up at the beginning of the month. So like if you sign up by the 10th, I have a $20 rebate, because in my mind, volume over time is way better if I can even it out. So I've done that so I can stack my volume in the weeks that are lower so my paychecks are more consistent. So if you have that sense of urgency in the beginning of the month, and yeah, you get those 2 or 3 people with rebates, you've created momentum at the beginning of the month that will filter through the natural buildup for the end of the month with people. So if you can push really hard in the beginning of a month and then kind of maintain whatever through the rest of the month, you're having those conversations, and people you've talked to in the beginning of the month are watching you and not just being like making a last minute decision the last week of the month.
Right.
So that might be helpful to kind of switch the sense of urgency in your calendar month, and it will still follow and people will still naturally want to join you at the end of the month, but out of the gates you get a better start.
And that's if you're working the business full time, that's a really smart, way to set up your business. Like for me, I do want to work full time, but I've always been part time so far. So I've always started my challenge groups on the 3rd Monday of the month, because that's what I did for my first challenge group. So I've always done it. And so, that's my 3rd week of the month is usually my heavy week, because people are procrastinate all the way to the 3rd week, right when we're going to start. So I would like to even mine out too. So I'm working on different, I hate to call them tactics, but tactics or whatever you want to say they are, to spread out my business. And I have gotten better, like the 1st week of the month now is much better, is my 2nd best week of the month. And so I feel like I'm in a track race, like, bust out of the gates, then you pace, and it's all heart in the 3rd week, and the 4th week you bust ass until you win, right? So that's like a track race for me.
Yep.
I just got 5 messages talking to you. You just motivated me to the crap, so I've just sent out 5 replies.
And that's what you have to do. And like, you know what, whether you want to work this part-time or if you want to go full-time into this, the parts that are awesome are winning these trips and like having your girl gang together and like looking forward to earning things and getting recognized, and like going to Summit this past year made me dream my business way bigger. Like I knew I wanted to be full-time, and I was like, yeah, I just want to be full-time because I would like to get out of nursing. It's not something that I'm passionate about. But I didn't dream up past that in my business until I went to Summit. And I was like, you know what? I also would like to be a live instructor. I also would like to, be able to take my girls on retreats and like all these things. Like I dreamed up way bigger going to Summit. And so I've been on a rampage, inviting rampage.
Well, and I think it just speaks to live events in general and like team calls. Like the energy that we get out of these team calls just motivated you to like take action that you needed to do, but you might not have done it like at the second. You might have done it later in the week. You know what I mean? Like you get energy out of all of the live events, whether it's a team call or Super Saturday or Summit, to motivate you to do the things that we know we need to do, or maybe not have thought of, and they're like, oh, I can do that, that's what I want. So I think the more that we do these kinds of calls and, make the commitments to show up at Summit or show up at Super Saturday, the bigger this thing just gets naturally.
My Super Saturdays and Super Sundays in 2 weeks with Joel.
Oh, it's going to be so fun.
Oh, I can't wait.
I'm going to the one with Ashley Phil Dyson and Michael Neiman.
Yeah.
So Alora and I are splitting up for the first time on Super Saturday in my Beachbody career. And I just think we're going to be able to pull from two different, because there's a really awesome person going to the one in Maine that I'm kind of bummed to miss out on. But I think we can both take from the two different Super Saturdays and bring it to you guys. So I think it'll be.
So yeah, Danielle Natoni is coming to ours, and I'll share part of her talk was, what do you do with the challenger, or in this case, the coach who comes to you and is like, I don't know why my business isn't working, blah, 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 I need help. And she won't talk to that coach until they do this poll. And I think Leslie might have posted it in the team page, but I'll share it. Hold on.
Is it something where, are you doing this? Are you?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I was like, boom. I know for me, before I really committed to doing this, I wasn't doing all the things, and my business was suffering because of it. I had basically told myself I don't need to do those things to be successful. But yet when I did all of those things, I was. Let's see.
And I think another really big part of why these calls are so important is because we all get to know each other through, it seems weird to me sometimes that we all get to know each other through Messenger, but it's so true. Like, we're building a relationship and rapport as a team through Messenger all the time. So getting on these calls is really important, because Crystal, I feel like just hearing from someone that you don't know that well, but you kind of know who I am, that how awesome you are. You're like, oh, someone else thinks it, so I should go out and message like that. And Letty, you're the same way. Letty's a badass. She's a nurse, manager. She has 2 teenage kids. Well, one's not quite a teenager, but almost. And then, they're all into sports. She's a single mom, and she's killing her transformation. She gets up at 4:30 every morning. So hearing those things from each other is also super empowering. And that's why Alora and I really want to make these calls a lot more regular. And we want you guys to know how awesome we think you are too.
So Danielle is saying, when a coach comes to you and they're like, do they really want your time? Or are they deserving of your time? Are they life-sucking people in your life? They need to do this poll. And based on how they answer, she gave us they need to do 5 more things on the poll before they can have a call with you. They need to take the steps to level up to get to the point where they can do at least 12 out of these 15 things and say, yes, I've done that, before she'll get on a call with them about advancing their business. Because these are the fundamentals of someone who's committed to doing the things to be here a year from now. If you're not doing all these things, you're not going to be here a year from now. You're just not, because you're not committed to the fundamentals of what this business is and has to offer for you personally and to build a team and a business from it. So I was like, I don't know if
I think this is awesome if you have a lot of coaches too.
Yeah.
For me, I don't have a lot of working coaches, so I would know what they are and aren't doing right now. But I think that is an awesome tool for when you have to divide your time like that.
Yeah. It's just a good, to check yourself too, and not do it in a way that's of course my coaches are deserving of my time. I have 25 of them. I can, talk to all of you guys, but in a bigger group setting, there's definitely a place for it for sure.
I think my hard part was I went from having my coach, that is my coach, stopped working the business for a very long time. Her coach, I don't think Kristen's doing it anymore. And for a long time, I didn't even know about bigger people. I knew nothing. So I was doing this all on my own. I had challengers, I had this and that. I only had one coach under me, and then my husband, and that's it. but it was very hard for me to find the motivation and get myself going, knowing that I really didn't have that support that was above me, because I didn't know any of you guys. I didn't know Laura. I didn't know anything. I had no help. And then all of a sudden my coach's coach pieced out and deleted me off of her page. And I'm like, what is going on? You know, and it almost left a bad taste in my mouth. And it took me a year and a half, almost 2 years, to fix that and say, I'm doing this. I want to do this. And it was January. I would say it was just this January when I started 80 Day Obsession. I said, that's it. I'm ready for this. Like, now's my chance. And it took a while, and I'm still working on that whole, how can I figure this out stuff? You know?
And that's
But
what
then I reached out to you and now you're here.
I know, and I'm so happy.
Letty, what do you got going on over there? You're so quiet. You got any questions?
That's all right. I was responding to someone.
Oh, no, it's okay. I just want to make sure we weren't ignoring you.
No, I have notes.
I wasn't saying you were ignoring us. So I wanted to make sure we weren't ignoring you. I'm really happy with the way the direction of the team. I think that we're coming a long way. We're all learning. Learning to lead is not that easy either.
It is not.
It's like a whole nother vital behavior.
Yeah. And I've told Sarah this before. I mean, I'm complete in restart mode, right? Like, I've built a 3-star diamond team and all of them disappeared. Like, the whole team just blew apart, right? And it was nothing I did or didn't do. It just, that's how it happened. And so I was like you, Crystal, I was by myself just doing the things and still hitting Success Club. And, you know, like, one day my people will come, you know? But it wasn't until I was intentional about it and was like, girl, you need to be on my team, that, you know, it started taking off again. And that was a decision that I had to make amidst my coach leaving the business, amidst, you know, like, all of my team leaving, to still be here to do this because I believe in it so much, and for what it's done for me and for what it did give my team when they were here, you know, and for all the people that I've helped along the way. And I just had to be more intentional and have a sense of urgency in declaring this for myself.
I think something's going to be a game changer for me.
Yeah.
You'll cry. Do either one of you have a dream team list?
No.
Make one.
What is it?
So, like, put together a list of people that you know, or you can use avatars that you're looking for, that you would want to work with in this business. Make them your dream team people. You're going to be scared to invite them. I have people that I have still been scared to invite because they're on my dream team list, and if they tell me no, I'm going to be mad because that's just me. But I've gotten better about it. I just started reaching out to personal trainers that I know, and just not being afraid to bring to the table what I have, because it's cool. It's awesome. You're a personal trainer and you're working at a gym that's not offering you vacations. I'm going to tell you that right now. So I'm just putting it out there, you know, that my team is awesome, and we are like, I love our challenge groups and our chats and the way that we're going, you know, and we have a lot of dynamics on our team. Like, Laura's been in this for a while and she's got a lot to offer. You know, we have awesome challenge groups. I'm learning how to become a leader because that's part of what happened to me at Summit. I was like, I need to become a leader if I want to lead an elite team. Like, you can't just be like, I want to be elite. I'm just going to hit Success Club and be elite. Like, that's not how it happens, you know? So, yeah, like, I'm just really excited. And don't be afraid to invite people. Make a dream team list, whether you have 5 people on it or 25 people on it now. Make the list. I promise you it will change how you think about inviting. And a lot of times those people will at least want to join you as a challenger. So your intuition knows. But you have to ask your intuition to tell you sometimes, so.
Yep. I was going to say something to that and I completely just blinked.
It will also help you zone in on what type of person you're looking for. Oh, Laura, I wanted to ask you, Letty and I were trying to find a Beachbody coach that posts in Spanish. Do you know of any off the top of your head? Like a top coach or a successful coach?
Does Saudi Almonte do that?
I don't know. I don't know if I know who that is, so. How do you spell that?
Saudialmante. Saudi Almonte.
How come I'm not finding it? S-A-U-L.
Saudi.
U-T-I, whoops.
Almonte.
Uh-huh. It was the first part.
It doesn't look like she posts in Spanish, but all of her team is Latino, pretty much.
Okay.
So is Christina Delgado's team. There's a lot. It's
Yes.
a lot Hispanic. She's
Miami, right?
yes. She's my love her.
Do you follow,
Yeah.
Letty, do you follow Christina
I
Delgado?
danced with her at the nightclub.
She's awesome.
You did?
Yeah, her and Becky and Shay Stanford.
Oh, I love
It was
that.
fun.
Ah.
Letty, Christina Delgado's a top coach, and she's was a lawyer, and then she became a Beachbody coach. So, like, what?
And Saudi used to be a nurse also.
Well, I guess we'll be following her, won't we?
She shared her story at New Leader Conference when I went 3 years ago. And she was just a new either elite or top coach at that point. But yeah, she's amazing too.
Her Instagram page, this can't be the same person. Her Instagram page is only 923 followers.
I'm on her Facebook.
Okay, I'll figure that out. We'll figure that out, Letty. Okay. So talk to.
Yeah. So they're at Summit. They're doing last year. They did a Spanish Summit, and she was one of the speakers. I'm just looking at her thing. It's in Spanish. If that helps. Doesn't help me. Might help you. But yeah. She's a good one to follow for sure.
Can you talk to me a little bit about Like Growers real quick?
Oh, yes. So Like Growers is a paid service to grow your Instagram following using hashtags and locations. Let me see if I can log into mine. And you buy a certain amount of likes for like $30, $60, $100, and it will just keep liking posts based on your hashtags and locations until you've used up all the likes that you've purchased.
Correct.
Let me.
And it does it for you?
Yeah, so you make an account. Hold on. It'll make sense once I pull it up.
So how many shout outs were the top coaches doing? Oh, I'm just curious.
Shout outs. Raina does 2 a month. On bigger pages, she pays like probably $300 a month, she says, for shout outs, which is a lot for the normal coach, right? So Anita's going to talk about that, but doing them on pages that are smaller and for less money and still having the impact that we can handle as newer coaches. I mean, if I turn around and gave you 600 emails tomorrow to follow up with, Sarah, would you be able to handle it?
No, it already happened to me.
Okay, Rena has 2 assistants that do all of her messages. She does none of it. Okay, so that's how it works. But they're to that point that they can do that and hit Success Club 100.
Yeah.
That's not where we're at. Let's see, where's my profile? Oh, I guess I need to restart mine. I'm confused. Hold on. Oh.
Okay.
Can I, honey? Yeah. Oh, hold on. Okay, here it is. I'm like, so here's my account. I have 12 tags and 12 locations. And since using Life Growers since when were Eric and Anita here for Summit July? Is our Summit in July?
Super Saturday?
Yeah, sorry, Super Saturday. Was that August?
No,
July?
it was August.
So since August, I've set it to do 25,000 likes. I've added 630 followers and upped my engagement by 2 comments per picture and added an additional 13 likes per picture on my account. So it's sent out 25 likes to these hashtags: mom of 2 boys, main mom, losing weight journey, and garden life. And I have horse stuff, I have frugal stuff, food stuff, all things that I can relate to that were a part of my journey. And then if people see me liking their stuff, they check out my account and they're like, oh, okay, I could follow her.
Now, do
So
you
I added
all these new people that start to follow you, or you just basically wait for them to maybe message you, or you
Yeah.
go to them, you wait for them to message you?
It doesn't tell you who they are.
Okay.
At least I haven't figured that out, that it would tell you.
You would see it in your Instagram notifications if you can keep up with that. I can't, but
Yeah, I can't keep up with it. So I just know that it's a good thing that I've added 600 people and a pretty, Yankee, stop. The cat's like eating my flowers. I just know it's a good thing. That's a terrible answer, but because I've fine-tuned the hashtags and added more, the quality of the people who are following me randomly are way better. So the more hashtags you have that are brand specific to the things that you're talking about, the things that you enjoy, as well as your fitness, is better. And then I targeted, the locations, because I can't help anyone in Indonesia. Can't. So I've put all of the UK, Toronto, and hit specific areas that people are tagging or talking about more. So, and that's really helped.
okay.
It's super easy to set up. Like, I need to redo mine. Why can't I go up? I need to add and buy more likes. Move this one. So for $50, I can get 250,000 likes, and it will just keep running and running and running. I did the $9.99 one when I started, and it took it 3 months to go, or whatever, 2.5 months to do that. For $10, I added 630 people. That's pretty cheap for followers.
Does it automatically renew after it hits that, or you have to?
No, it's telling me I need to buy more.
Okay.
Yep. So it stopped working at 25,004 likes. It gave me 4 extra for free. So it's a pretty good deal. I mean, I've been pretty happy with it, so I'd probably do the $50 package.
I think I'm gonna do the $50 package just because that's what I want.
Right. So if you take the 25,000 likes, and I got what, 600? If you multiply that times 10, right? 25,000 times 10 is 250. That's 6,000 followers potential over the course of time that takes for $50.
But you don't really have to do anything.
You don't have to do anything. You go in and you can play with the hashtags and the locations and stuff like that as you want, but it doesn't stop. It just keeps going.
Christelle, when you were talking about the hashtag thing on Captivate?
On preview, was it
On
preview?
preview. Yeah, preview. Because I feel like I struggle with hashtags too.
It's awesome. I have 40 new followers since I started preview last week.
Mm-hmm. So what did it give you for, like, how did it change what you were choosing for?
So my hashtags, I feel like I use the same things all the time, and I'm literally hashtag stupid. And I sit there and think, and I go, why am I thinking so hard about a hashtag? I should be spending more time doing other stuff. So when I went into it, and I went to, typically, I don't know if you could, it's hard, it's going to be hard to see it on my phone. But when you go into the preview thing and you go to find hashtags, and I literally typed in beach. And then it comes up with beach, island, ocean, slow living, surf girl, travel. And I clicked on island. And the, vitamin C came up, island living, salt life. It came up with all these hashtags that I was like, holy crap, I would have never, that's so creative, I would have never used that. And I'm getting likes and followers from people who I see just from their profile pictures are beach people, are fishing and stuff like that. But it was crazy. And if you type in fitness, there's a whole bunch. There's, hashtags like I will, dream big, sweat like, fitness addict, fitness lover, girls gone sporty. Who would have thought?
Huh. So this does it does it, but not to that degree. It comes up with all of the possible fitness, hashtags directly.
Yes, that's awesome.
And it will tell you how many people or how many photos, so like how popular it is, too, which is nice.
That's awesome.
But I like that it branches off to other things that are related to it. It's nice.
When I typed in fitness, Beachbody comes up as a hashtag. It helped. I was very surprised that I was seeing likes from and followers from people that, that definitely have more like-minded things. And I'm also, which is weird, in the last week, I've had more coach followers than I ever have, which I don't understand where that came from. Like, it's probably like 5 or 6 a day. So I don't know what brought that.
Because you're awesome.
Thanks, Brenda.
I know I had like 20 people add me while I was away as coaches. I'm like, you're also here. Why are you adding me? It's dumb.
I was obsessed with I was on Instagram stories all week. I kept clicking. I'm like, I don't care what time it is. I'm looking. I was just on it 2 minutes ago. Oh, I'm going again.
Yeah. Did you guys see Anita and Raina with the scorpion shots?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, it's so disgusting. They were shaking. The two of them were like, for like 10 minutes after. Sarah, can't hear you, Sarah. You're muted.
When Anita crunched, I was like, ew, that is disgusting. So on preview, I thought that I could like put the borders around my pictures and like apply it to my Instagram already. But is that not true? Do you have to like start at a certain, like
Yeah.
now I have to start it and I have to upload every picture through preview to get it like that?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not, that's what sucks about it. So I'm working at my best doing it. And I'm primarily using it. Fine hashtag.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I mean, whatever gets you where you're going, like if you use something for free that gets you hashtags, who cares? Like,
Yeah.
you got to do whatever works. It's like we all share our ideas, but different things work for different people. You know, like
Yeah, like I use Planoly and not Preview. It's just a different one.
and is Planoly paid?
I don't know.
I think so.
I think I'm using a free one of it.
Hmm.
But I can schedule stuff and make them all pretty.
Seltzer, not beer. Just wanted you guys to know. Accountability. Oops. Go ahead.
I have a question. So one thing that I am good at is creating graphics and landing pages and information on launches and stuff like that. And I've used that historically in the past for just my personal stuff and recruiting and shout outs and things. Is having a Google document pre-made, something you guys would send someone about Transform 20 or the 2B mindset or joining a challenge group or here's information about becoming a coach on our team. If I were to create a document for, the basics or like a new product launch, is that something you guys would use?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I don't think that I don't have an emailing system. You know what I mean? Like I don't send out monthly emails yet. I just haven't gotten there yet. So,
Well, you wouldn't have to, because it would just be a link to a document, like a PDF document about Transform 20, so that you don't have to sit there and message 25 people, like all the details of the program. They can get a professional looking page. It makes us look more legitimate, makes you look more legitimate. They're getting all of the information and you're not spending 35 minutes talking someone in or out of a program. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So a lot of the coaches are doing that for their teams.
Mm-hmm.
And if I'm going to make it for myself, I'm happy to share it as long as you guys, use it, obviously, and find it effective.
I'm definitely willing to try it. I mean, I guess I just have to look at it first. I know
Right.
graphics and all that. So I'm willing to try anything. So.
Okay. Cool.
I don't typically see, I think like, for me, I just use the all access challenge pack. And, when I'm talking to people about it, if it's like something that it's like a promotional program or one that I'm doing, like the Shift Shop one with the agility markers, I just add that in to my all access talk. And so I have it all in shortcuts. And I feel like if I was talking to 35 people a day about signing them up every, 35 people a day or whatever it is,
Right.
like I can understand I would need something more streamlined, but that's what I want to get to. So I want to know how to bring more volume of people in.
Right. Don't we all? For me, it's shout outs and doing the messaging via your people looking at your Instagram stories.
That's all I've been doing.
Yeah. And then I started reaching out to the people who were liking my posts and just saying thank you for, liking my posts and supporting me in my health and fitness journey. Are you on one of your own? And that sparked up more conversations.
That's basically how the way that I've been doing it for my whole coaching. Like I've only done a couple of shout outs. So
yeah.
But I am getting, one thing I wanted to tell you guys, I think I've told Laura this before, but I don't know if I've told the two of you. So I've been getting a lot more views in my stories, like upwards of 400. And I think because I'm using more generalized hashtags in my stories. So like my posts, I use smaller volume hashtags, which what I mean by that is like only a couple of thousand people or like no more than 10,000 people or posts on that hashtag go on my posts. But in my stories, I've been using like more generalized, bigger hashtags, and I'm seeing a huge influx of new people watching my story, and they're a lot more effective. Whereas on my posts, if I use a hashtag that's like 1 million people, it doesn't boost my post at all. So yeah, that's basically it. I just wanted to share that.
Example, like, can you give me like one example, like a hashtag you're using in your story?
Yeah, so like because I'm a nurse, so I use a lot of nurse hashtags that are big, like nurse life right now, stuff that has like 1 million followers.
Okay.
And then I'm getting more views on my story. Like I went from getting 100 views on my story to 400 in the last couple of weeks.
That's awesome.
So, and a lot of them are the same. Like it's not all brand new followers, but you can see the progression of going from 100 to 400, how many different people that is in a couple of weeks. So if I keep doing that, it's going to keep, I think that it's going to keep, amping up and getting, so I'm inviting like every other day I'm inviting from my Instagram stories, and every other day I'm inviting from my Facebook. So I'm flip-flopping because sometimes I don't have a lot of time. So I don't have time to sit down and do both Facebook and Instagram invites. I'm trying to get posts in both sets of stories every single day, and I haven't even been posting a big powerful post in my Instagram feed every single day. I've just been keeping my stories wicked active, and that's been really successful for me. I've been watching Haley Christian a lot for months, and I don't really relate to her posts that much, but she has, her Instagram game is on point. So what I do is I watch what she's doing, and then I apply it to my own, my own. The one thing that I haven't done, because I'm just not that good at it yet, is go live. And she like rants in her stories all the time, and I swipe through those, but like I noticed that she's doing, like at least 8 stories a day. I don't have the brain power for 8 stories a day every day, but I'm doing at least 5, or trying to do at least 5. I'm well known for my workout. Like a lot of my audience, when I don't like put up a couple of workout moves in a day, they're like, hey, when are you going to show us some new workout moves? So like, I know a lot of my audience is looking for that. So I try to do like 4 to 6 posts in my stories every single day. And then every 2 days or more often, I would like to do every single day a post, but I've been focusing on my stories so much, and it seems that's a good way for me to get to invite. So I've solely invited from my stories for almost 3 weeks.
That's awesome. I don't even use Facebook for any of this. I'm not a Facebook person. I use Instagram for everything. And then my big thing, I'm glad you just brought up all that, is I just started talking on my Instagram stories.
Yeah.
I forget who yelled at me. I think it was, what's her name on one of the other team calls when Marina hosted it. I said, I don't like to hear my own voice. And she goes, shut the hell up. Use your voice. Who cares what your voice sounds like? Just talk. And I finally started talking on my Instagram.
Well, your voice doesn't sound like what you think it sounds like to me. You know what I mean? Like I don't like what my voice sounds like either, but nobody ever complains about it. Like nobody ever complains about it. I've never heard anybody be like, oh my God, you sound.
You should just stop talking.
I was so afraid to be that.
Yeah, so I just feel like I don't know what to talk about live every single day, and I don't want to just like so if I don't have something, I don't know. I also have a fear of going live because, and this is something that I'm working on, I don't like to mess up. So like if I'm live and I say something weird, or like my phone falls over, I just, the thought of that makes me want to vomit that it's now on their live. And I need to get over that, but it's just something that I haven't been able to conquer quite yet.
Do you know how I fixed that? I started in the challenge group that I'm hosting is I have the same fear as you do. I won't go live because if I screw up, that sucks. Or if I turn around and have to grab something and I have a wedgie, that's awful. That's what I think about. And I went like
the size of my ass.
It's like the Grand Canyon. It's fine.
Not like yours.
I'm talking about like generalized stuff, but that was just an example. So I went live in there, and it was taste testing the pumpkin spice Shakeology live because I said, this is how I'm going to do it. I'm going to go for it. And I watched my live video, and I go, okay, for the first 5 minutes, I waited for people to join, and I was cooking sauce, and I wasn't even in the camera. And then my husband's coming over, and then my daughter. And I go, you know what? This is what makes it good, because this is relatable. I'm trying to cook dinner. I'm trying to taste test pumpkin spice Shakeology. And there it goes. And it ended up being like a 7-minute long video. And I rewatched it, and I go, it's actually pretty funny. It was actually pretty good. And then, so I didn't even care that I turned around and walked to the ice machine and like,
Yeah, and like, I have one time, okay, this is really funny, and I'm really sad that I don't have it on camera anymore because I immediately deleted it after it happened, but I have thought about this several times after. So I sometimes will do my Energize, like the powder in my mouth, and then just drink some water and go like that and then drink it. And one time I put the powder in my mouth and I was taping, but I don't know why I erased it, and it like made me cough, and like it was like a poof of Energize, and I was like, oh my god, I cannot share that.
yes,
So like, yeah, but now, like, and that was like 8 months ago, but now I don't want to make myself cough because I feel like that's kind of weird, but like, you know what I mean? Like, I wish I had that on camera, like, and not just, this is a totally unrelated subject, but it made me think of this. Do you make all of your challengers take their before pictures?
Yes.
Good. Letty has been awesome about that, and she already started posting transformations. I was not a real stickler about that, and I've become a stickler about it, and I've had a lot more serious participation in transformations in the group.
Yeah, you just set the expectations a little bit higher, and they have to like do it or they're not committed. You know what I mean?
Letty gets serious about it.
We have a lot of people that unfortunately just go and then they drop out, which I know is common. They just don't find their thing, and that's why I think we were talking to you guys about your boot camp, and now we're doing it on my challenge tracker. And I have resent the invitations like 4 times, and I basically messaged them. I said, "This is your last chance. You came to me. You wanted to do this. Sign up on my challenge tracker, and I want all your pictures. I want this information. I want that, because they're coming to me. Why are you not doing this, and why are you ignoring my messages now?" And we've had a lot of people drop out, but the ones that we've gotten there now are posting everything.
Yeah, cool.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, I think they need to do a little revamp on the My Challenge Tracker app. Like, they need to add things to make it more interactive, kind of like the Facebook groups are, because I do think that we're going to have to move in that direction because Instagram's going crazy, and I do think Facebook's going to be less and less.
Yeah.
So,
Cool. Anything else about?
what are you guys all doing for your challenge groups this month? Like, Laura, are you running? What are you doing right now?
I'm running Lift 4 and the 2B Mindset together in my Lifetime group.
Okay.
Because I'm over the My Challenge Tracker already. Over it.
I know a lot of people hate it. I like it, but
It's just because I just knew Facebook one, and it's impossible for me to switch 250 people over to the My Challenge Tracker app successfully.
you grew up with the Facebook groups. Yeah. I feel like that's how I grew up with the My Challenge Tracker app. So,
And I like it, and I think it's great, and I hop into your group every once in a while when I remember to like open the app and check the 85 notifications I have there too. But yeah. Not there yet.
just like I said, you got to do what works for you.
Yeah.
Letty, are you doing Beginners Boot Camp with me?
Yeah.
Good. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you guys have any questions? Like, what do you need help with? What are you struggling with? What's going good? Letty, I'm talking to you.
I'm finally inviting, so I think I'm caught up with Instagram, so I need to move on to Facebook.
Mhm.
Struggling with that one because that's more personal, but going there. We'll see.
Yeah. Actually, Alora, you'd be proud. Letty sent me a message the other day. She's like, I sent out 50 invites today. I was like, oh my God. So it will happen. I mean, no matter how you look at it, this business is still a business of numbers. So it depends on how personal you take the numbers. You know what I mean? So like some coaches are just volume, like they just bring in a major amount of volume. They spend a lot of money on marketing and, that's how they hit their big numbers every month. And I think I've heard quite a few other big coaches also talk about how they do limit their intake each month to make it more exclusive. I don't know if they really limit it that much, but they at least talk about it that way, so it's all whatever works for your style. But inviting a lot of people every day has been important. It's been really helpful. All last month, I started inviting for my stories last month, the 30 for 30 thing, and it worked. And it wasn't stressful. And neither was Success Club. So you got it. You can do this. You just have to make the decision to do it. I promise if you absorb that and believe it, it will happen. I literally wake up every single day and I'm like, I am going to hit Success Club 10 plus this month. Every single day of my life. I just tell myself that statement. And that is like all inclusive. That means that I hit my goals. I helped 5 people at least. I move my business forward and I'm that much closer to a Success Club trip. So that is my, whatever you want to call it, my affirmation. I don't know if that's really an affirmation. I'm still trying to figure that out. But that's what I tell myself every single morning.
Mm-hmm.
I do have one question. When you have a challenger that wants to become a coach, the quickest and easiest way to do that is just send them, there's a link, right?
Mm-hmm. You can send it through ShareCart or BB Links or what do you use, Laura? The coach?
I use BB Links.
Use BB Links. It's in BB Links?
Mm-hmm. It's under resource. So if you click that little resource button at the bottom, you'll scroll and it's like all the important forms.
Yeah, there is the coach link generator under like the 411 tools, but I don't use that unless like the apps are all down or something because I have to get on my computer to do that.
I don't even know how to do that. So
Yeah.
that's when I ask Laura for that. That's what I do.
Crystal, I always make them get a challenge pack.
Yeah.
And then they can get their $40 back if they want. Because they're gonna, or a completion pack. Like I would be like all over getting this girl the Shift Shop completion pack. And you get the 2 points, she gets what she needs, she gets a discount.
And you both get in the test group.
And you both get in the test group. That's what I would do. She's not gonna be, yeah, she'll be out more money, but she'll be getting more for that money, if that makes sense. And if she signed up for $40 and then wanted to do the test group, she'd still have to buy the challenge pack on top of the $40.
Okay.
Or the completion pack or whatever.
Yeah, she's thinking of starting Lift 4. She just finished 80-Day Obsession and she's thinking of starting Lift 4.
Yeah.
Is it worth her getting the Lift 4 challenge pack?
Tell her to get the Shift Shop challenge pack because she's still going to get Lift 4.
Yeah, you don't need the band or whatever that comes with the 4 anyway. So I would do the Shift Shop one, and that way she has access to everything and the coach test group.
That's what I was saying earlier is that I always adjust my all access conversation to whatever the new program is coming out with the all access, because then I get in the test groups and so do they if they sign up as a coach, and
they get the sale price and all the extras.
Yeah. So I literally have never sold any challenge pack but an all access challenge pack. I've never sold a one program. I feel like I don't even know how to do that. Like seriously, I don't even know. I only talk about the all access. If I sell bod too, if they only want the bod, or I've had a few Shakeology onlys. Yeah. With the 2B mindset.
Yeah.
But otherwise I am a hard and fast all access challenge pack kind of girl.
When you mean all access, you mean program specific, correct?
They just started that. So yeah, like for my whole first year-ish, I think, I sold just the regular All Access Challenge Pack, the 160. The one
Yeah.
for 160.
Okay, yeah.
But then when was it 80 Day Obsession was the first one, Alora? I think
Yeah.
that they did the All Access 80 Day Obsession style. So ever since then, every time like it's been a All Access Lift 4 or now All Access Shift Shop, and I'm sure they're going to do this from now on. I just adjust my conversation a hair to meet the criteria of that challenge pack. But I stick with All Access all the way unless all they want is BOD or just Shakeology.
That's what I've been doing. Okay.
I don't even try to, I mean, because why would you ever sell one program challenge pack when they can have all of them? Like, so for me, like, when somebody's like, yeah, I really want to do T25, I'm like, well, then why don't you get the All Access Challenge Pack, because you get T25 plus all the rest of the 800 plus workouts that we have. And they're like, oh, duh. So,
Yeah, people still don't know. It amazes me
yeah.
what we have to offer. I mean, when I signed up, maybe Crystal, when you signed up too, I got 6 DVDs and a bag of Shakeology for $230.
Letty, we're in the millennial. We don't even know about that game.
I signed up with Shalene Extreme and did 3 workouts and hated it and said, nope, I'm done.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bought 2 programs off of Amazon when that was allowed, and I never did either one of them because I was like, one of them was Insanity, and I was like, this is fucking insane. Like, I can't do this. And then I bought 21 Day Fix Extreme, which is a huge step up from 21 Day Fix. I even still struggle with it sometimes. And because I was like, Crystal doesn't know this about me, but so like I was always a runner forever and ever and ever and ever. And I was like, first of all, home workouts do not work, but I guess I'll just try this. And then second of all, I was like, well, I'm not going to get the regular one because I am a badass. I don't do anything regular.
Duh.
And then I was like, I'm regular. I'm definitely regular. So I did it for like 1 week and I was like, oh my God, I've never been so regular in my freaking life. And so I gave up because I was like, who wants to be regular? So I was like, no, not me. I can't do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to be regular. So I'm just not going to do it.
5-pound dumbbells doing lunges and squats. I look back on my videos from, oh my God, 3 years ago, and I'm like, I'm holding 5-pound dumbbells doing squats. Like,
and this right here is how I got my quads and my abs. No. So, well, I mean, it's a start. Everybody's going to start somewhere.
yes, but it's so funny just to go back and see that. And I was like, I'm a badass. I'm doing this.
Yeah.
But it worked for me.
Yeah. See?
Whatever works.
That's right. It's better than the couch workout. So.
You mean the couch workout of previewing all the hell I'm going to go through this week with a little more obsessed, where I sit there and watch the workouts for the night.
I like the lead up videos. I think that's awesome.
Yeah, it's excited.
It makes me want to do the workouts, but I'm already too tired when I'm watching it. So, yeah.
Too funny.
All right.
All right. Anyone else? Anything else about? Should I put the text in the group chat about like onboarding new coaches, or how do you guys want me to deliver those?
I would like it in an email.
Okay.
Just like email with like what their response is, and then like a actual conversation. It doesn't have to be anything extravagant.
Yeah, I have it in my notes.
You can just send it to me and I can put in my own conversation pieces, but I would like it in an email so that I can send it to future coaches.
Okay. And then the new coach training document that I made, the form, I copied it and made my own and put my number in it. So I'll send everyone again that Google Doc.
Okay.
And you can copy it and save it as your own and call it whatever you want, and then put your information in it. Just don't not copy it, because then everyone else will get it and it'll be weird. So you'll have someone else's coach texting you. But just, copy and save as your own, and then put your information in there instead of mine.
And this is a dumb question. Crystal, you don't know this about me. I'm dumb at technology. So how do you get it into a link?
Hold on. I'll show you. Super easy. There's like a little mail, like the little mail merge arrow, like share thingamabobber that's on Gmail. Maybe, no?
I might have glazed over it here and there, but I can't really place it right now.
Hold on. Log in, go to Google
So
Form.
is it a Google Doc and then you make it a link?
Yeah, it just does it. Hold on.
Ethan, do you know how to make a Google Doc a link?
Yeah, it just tells you, how do you want to share this? Copy the link.
It's the same if you've done YouTube. YouTube does the same thing.
Can you walk
Yeah,
me through the Laura Trinity so you can know how to do it, please? I have my secretary coming in to watch this.
We could come up with another not nice name.
That's right. Oh, that's what I call them when you guys aren't listening.
Okay. So this is the one, this is my copy of the copy. So this is, hold on, you can't see it because I haven't screen shared yet. I'm talking, hold on.
He didn't want to be on camera, but I made it. It's my husband, Ethan.
Hi.
Okay.
Crystal and Letty Nola.
All right, so this is the new coach training that I'll send to people as soon as they sign up. And then they get to like, we're so excited, whatever, all this stuff. And then it says, text me once you get this, letting me know you're ready to get started. And there's my number. And then they'll text me. And there's like below, this is new coach training, blah, blah, blah. And that has them enter their email address. I'm trying to get this into a different format. I'm just making it a Google Doc, but right now it's in a form because that's how I made it. So I can see who's gone through and at least gotten this far, right? So to share it, once you've made it, you go to this guy and
What did you make this in? Is this like in Jot form or something like that? Like a form like that?
it's in Google, like Google Docs.
Oh.
It's in like Google Drive. It's the forms. So there's like sheets, docs, forms, presentation, or whatever. It's just the form one. So when someone fills it out, I get a response of their answers. And it will tell me who it is based on their email. And you just hit send, and then, oops, it sends, you can send it to them via email, you can get the link, you can shorten it so it's not that crazy long thing. You can take this link and you can put it into Bitly or whatever and make it like your own pretty, like new coach training by Sarah or something if you want, instead of this gibberish. Does that make sense? And you just copy it and then save it in like your phone or wherever, how you generally send information to new coach signups, and then just send them that form, and then they just get this in a PDF format to go through. So once they've gone through and their email and you've sent their text responses that I showed you earlier, then those hobby coaches and people who want to work the business, are right here getting started with their new coach announcement, how to do that, what to do in the first 30 minutes, first 30 hours, first 30 days.
So it won't go on to the second section until
they enter their email address. I'm trying to get rid of the section. I don't know how to, it like won't let me merge sections.
Okay, so once they enter their email address, then the new coach, the second part pops up.
Merge with above. Oh, look at that. Boom. I did it. I couldn't do it on my phone. That's what I was trying to do. So say that again. Sorry, I was
I
distracted.
don't think I remember what I said. So once they enter their email address, there is when they get to the second portion.
It's just collecting it so that I know that they've started the training.
Okay.
And so I can contact them or whatever. It's just because I might not have found them with an email service. I might have just connected them on Instagram and I don't have their email yet. Or, I obviously would, but not readily. So anyway, I put that there.
You think we should do something like this, similar for a challenger too?
Yes, I have that already too.
Okay, cool.
I just haven't shared it yet. So it just goes through it, and I deleted some stuff, so it's only like 8 steps. But it's like all the basics of to get them to Emerald rank, like this is what you need to do. So easy peasy. So I'll copy this, and you guys can all, what you'll do when you get it is go to this little guy and then make a copy, and then you can save it as your own in your Google Drive. Okay? And then as people fill it out, you'll just go back to the original and you'll get the responses. And in your Google Drive on your phone or whatever, here in the beginning, there will be like a responses form here somewhere too. That will pop up. So see, this is the challenge group one here. Just kind of walks them through like making sure you get your pictures taken, that you know the program that you're doing, how to access Beachbody on demand, blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
So. Good?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll figure that out tomorrow after lunchtime and like put that in the team chat so you guys can start working with that and have stuff to get people started and tools to do that better. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Thanks for hopping on, guys. I hope you got some good stuff. Good to see you.
Yeah.
Always.
Bye.
Bye.